a psycho icon, a rifle mic bomb. Get an eye full of lead when I snipe your lights out. With a street cleaner, wipe your life out. Bullets know what your ears like a Tyson fight bout. Fuck the knife clout, guns, clips. I'm going to fuck that run, bitch. I hit the street punks, you chumps don't know me. Ain't no problem to leave your whole ride homie.
Right, hello, welcome to another video. As you can probably tell already, the type of video I'm going to do, you can probably tell from the title anyway. But yeah, I'm going to show you my motovlogging setup and how I set it up. I think this is probably the easiest and cheapest setup because, first of all, the camera, same as the one I got on my head, is just the standard Hero. Can't remember how much they cost me because it was quite a while ago. I don't know if you can even still get them or not, I'm not sure. But obviously you've got to get whatever camera you can afford and mount it up on your helmet. As you can see at the front here, I've got a mount on there using the 3M tape, but I've also used some Glue around the edges just to have a bit of added security. There's the original one I put on when I had it on the side of my helmet. This is an HJC. Can't remember the model number, C something. I can't remember, but that don't really matter. Got a couple of stripes on there. People who follow me on Instagram and Twitter would have seen these. There's a reflective tape. They really shine up when headlights hit them. They shine up light. The headlights shine up really bright. You can see even in the daytime, or if it's showing up on camera, even in the daytime. At certain angles that will brighten up a bit, but that's brilliant in the night time and stuff. Not that I ride that much at night, but I will do at some point. That's just worth having on there for a bit of fun and stuff. But yeah, it's a decent enough helmet, fairly cheap. I got it for about 60 quid. They're doing them in a bit of a sale. Don't know how much they are usually, but yeah. So this is the camera I use. Like I say, it's the standard Hero that I just sit that on the front here. This has snapped this, as many of my GoPro attachments have. I mentioned in a recent video, but this is snapped on one side, but they're still good to use as long as one side's on. And especially using it like this is going down from the top, so that doesn't really matter too much. But that still clicks in place, still solid, it's not moving about or anything. You can see it's at a bit of an angle because I think, although it looks straight, and it looked straight to me when I put it on there, for some reason when I look back at the videos, and you might notice in some of my videos, it looks like it's like on the wonk a bit, sort of like one way or another. So I've been playing about with it and moving it about, and now that looks really wonky. I don't really care too much about how it looks, but it seems to work okay like that. So that sits on the front there. This is the mic I use. You can see where I've just sort of thrown a bit of microfiber cloth on it that's been on there a while. That's just where that was held on while the glue was drying with a bit of cardboard and stuck to it. Dries really solid. That's Gorilla Glue I used on that. But recently I cut a bit off the front there, so when it sits there in my helmet, it's still got wind protection, but my voice can get to it alright, and I now sit at right in the chin guard hair, so my mouth is basically hair as well. I'll show you how I fit it in there. It's really simple. A lot of people go to the trouble of really rooting it around all over the place, sticking them with tape and everything, but all I do is undo the first button. I don't know if you can see that. Undo the first button in my cheek pad. Basically put that in and make sure the wire goes behind it with my finger, with the mic still up. Just make sure the wire's behind it, so I can then click that in, and you know the wire's going behind where the button is. I'm hoping you can see this alright. I don't know what the angle of the camera's like, but the button's around about there, the wire's going behind it, and that gives me room to play about with it. And I'll just bring it round like that, so it's roughly where I want it. Turn it round to where the orientation I want it, and then just pull that in. And there you go, that just sit there. I'll try and make sure you can see that. So that just sit there right where my mouth is. You can see it just about like that, so you can see it's protected from this bit as well. Nice and easy, it's not going anywhere, it's not moving anywhere, no need for tape or anything. And that's that sorted. Might put in, camera on, And now for the audio, I used to use a Tascam that cost about 80 quid or something, because these entry-level GoPros do not support mics. Sorry about all this noise, my dog's decided to eat his food and drink his drink while I'm making the video. Hope that don't come out too loud on there. But yeah, this is just the entry-level GoPro, so that doesn't support external mics or anything, so I had to do something else, and I bought that Tascam when I first done it, and they ran out of batteries real quick, so I also bought this, which is an Anker power pack. This is a large one. You can get smaller ones, but this lasts forever, and you can charge your camera and your phone while you're on the go, because it's got two USB ports. And yeah, I used to charge the Tascam and my GoPro while I was riding along and everything, but eventually the micro USB on my Tascam broke, so I couldn't use it anymore. You can use them with batteries, but the batteries run out super quick, so that's just impossible. That's why I lost all the audio from when I done my CBT, because that's the first time I actually used it, so I didn't know how well it was going to work or anything. So I lost all my audio, because as soon as the batteries run out, that's dead, and it doesn't save the audio that you've already recorded, which is stupid in my opinion. But the Tascam worked brilliant with the Anker power pack in it. You could record forever and stuff like that. But like I say, because that broke, I didn't want to fork out for another 80 quid, and I couldn't get it fixed, repaired, replaced or anything like that. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to try and use my phone. So I started playing about with that, but I knew plugging this in, it does plug in. Shows up that something's plugged in as well. Shows that it's headphones though, because of the way this is with the two prongs on the 3.5mm jack, that is. So you have to get a TRS to TRSS, I think that's right, adapter, which is this thing, which you can see is slightly different. Same sort of plug, but you can see there's three prongs on there, or three little things on them. Don't know what they're called, whereas there's two on that. And on the other side, I'll take these together just to keep them together a bit. On the other side, you've got one for a mic, and one for, let's say, speakers on there, but that's for headphones. And you just plug that into the mic port, nice and solid connection, and plug that into your phone. The good thing about this as well is using this and using the app, that doesn't drain hardly any of your batteries. So look, as long as your phone's well charged, you can go on forever. But I'll quickly show you the app I use. I'll put it on screen so you don't have to see it from the phone. So let's open it up. It's called HiQ MP3 Recorder. And you can see how I've got it set on MP3, 320 kilobytes per second, minus 20 decibels, which is the lowest level you can have it on, but you want your gain as low as possible because these mics are really sensitive. And if we click on there and click on recording, so when the recording settings, you can see MP3 320 kilobytes per second, minus 20 decibels. I have the mic set on rear microphone because when it was on a different setting, that didn't seem to like it for some reason. I don't know why. Buddy, be quiet. And I've also got the use both microphones if available ticked. Everything seems to be working with the settings I've got it on, so I'm not going to touch it anymore. I'm not going to mess about with it and cause it to muck about. So yeah, that's the settings you ought to get, the app you should get. It was a cheap app as well. You'd have to pay for it to be able to use it properly, but it was only something like 65 pence for me on Android. The price might have changed a bit by now, I don't know, and I'm pretty sure that is available on the Apple Store as well. But it's called HiQ MP3 Recorder, as you can see on screen anyway. That works brilliantly. And I've also got what we've got here. Right, this is just the charge cable which you can plug in. I'd have to take this off or move this down, and I've made a little hole in the back of this. I could plug that in, charge that one while we're on the go. That's nice and long so that can still sit in your pocket. That's in there, and this is the charge cable. You just stick that, this is the charge cable that come with my phone. You just stick that into the bottom as normal. Sling that into the Anker power pack, and you see the lights come on because it knows something's connected, and that's now charging. And you can see this free space, 161 hours. so you can record for forever basically, you know, 161 hours worth on there, and with that in, you're never going to run out of figures. It's all dependent on the space you've got on your SD card, so that goes on forever and ever. So yeah, that's my most simple setup for motovlogging. Super easy to set up, super cheap. All you've got to do is make sure you've got enough money to buy your camera. You can get some cameras fairly good. They do on eBay in the UK at least. You can get a Hero 3, might have been a Plus, I'm not sure. Refurbished one on eBay for £135, so that would be pretty good if you can afford that. If not, I don't know if, like I say, I don't know if they still do the original Heroes or not, but that would be super cheap if you could get old one. You could probably get them second hand, but that's up to you whether you trust that or not. This here is what I use for my other angle as well. I clip that onto the handlebars, put the other GoPro what's on my head at the minute, do that up, and that just sit there nicely just for another angle, for something to do, a bit of fun. So yeah, that's my setup, nice and easy. I'd suggest you might as well use your phone and stuff for with this app. With this mic, that's a Sony mic, I can't remember the part number, but that's easy enough to find. You'll see it's a little silver tubular type mic. It's only about 20 odd quid. Really nice little mic, nice and clear and good. Like I say, this is a, if I get it right, it's TRS to TRSS adapter. That's fairly cheap, it cost about 12-13 quid I think, something like that, but you'll need that to use your mic with your phone. And anchor power back is optional really, but I'd suggest get one. But like I say, you can get smaller, cheaper ones which still will last you a long time, so you don't really need to get one that big. Plus this is fairly heavy. Yeah, I hope you liked my quick video to show you my setup. I've been asked to do it a couple of times, so thought I might as well do it, but I hope you appreciate it. Not just because of what I've just done to do it, but I've done a lot of work just to get my setup here, because my place is a right old mess and I've been living there for a long ass time, and yeah, I need to talk all about that, but I had to do a lot of tidying up and moving about and all sorts just to get a nice little space to do this. I had all sorts of crap on this table, and the table was in a different position and all this sort of thing. But yeah, hope you like my video. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again in the next one.
Me and my man compadre, black and white, white and ivory, and black ebony. They can't step to me, weaponry is heavenly. They can't see us in the 313 vicinity. Hey yo, M, ha 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 ha.
Ha ha, I come in like ha ha, I'm ill like nah nah. And y'all don't wanna see me cause I'm ill with the skill.